but he sacrificed himself, his time to do this from Nigeria. As in, I'm saying this, I be hard man, I be hard man. But God knows, God knows, see, if I did Nigeria, the way I'm going to do my Vawulence face, I go down that rock. The way I'm going to drop out, I'm not going to drop out like this, my brother. This, my brother, I don't dey fear. See, still dey care. Do you understand what it means? And he lost a whole lot. I'm not going to come out here and say the things this guy sacrificed, the media. Because did you see Don Jazzy talk? Did you see any of your media personalities come out to take a side on these elections? They all are all puppets of the establishment. All of them. All of them. Only this man stood out. Now you see the Peters, and the Peters, the P Squares, all those people that took bold stands. You could see how they were ostracized in the entertainment industry. You could see how they threw these guys out. But this, my brother, said that one concerned them. And when I have personal conversations with this guy, he always said that Saddam, Nigeria must work. Nigeria must work. So I could feel that the connectivity, the passion in wanting Nigeria to work. He said it must work this time, bro. This guy, I don't want to say how close or the deals we got. We got when Vawulence was not when Vawulence was just saying we don't do banter. They had offered us. Let me even say that offered us $100,000 to stop this place, not to say to come to APC or PDP.
Plus your own radio.
Then open my own media for me. They will open my media company for me. Open everything for me. Saddam, just
what?
I sent. I
sent. You for me essay right now.
You for me the screenshot to the automatic. They saw it. They offered me a gift.
You for me essay on media right now. You for day one of the multiple listed and get a lot.
So they and their plan was okay. Just try and create your space. Let it be. Let us also have the opportunity to come up on your space and talk also. Don't only allow the opinion. So the sacrifices that we passed through behind the scene, I don't want to say much, but please, I'm writing a book about this event, so people must buy my book. Please, I'm not going to leak anything much. I will just leave this one. And let me invite my brother N6. Kai. My bro. So most times, when I in my life, I've never blocked obedience till after the elections. I never blocked obedience because after the elections, I saw how many obedience, some of them that were insulting me. Saddam, you have to tell us to protest. You have corn in your pocket. You have this. And I entered my room there. Now, only cry, I no cry. I no cry. I just say, my God. The offer I had, my life will change forever. Forever and ever. But when you look at all these things, they called me for hours. All these their friends, all these people you see that they cannot come on this place again. They called. I've had interactions with these guys. Even this Ayo, 1 hour phone call. I say, bro, so now what are you doing this thing for? I say Nigeria should work. They are laughing. Many of these guys don't believe Nigeria will ever work. Many of these they don't believe Nigeria can ever work. They only cash out now. So now we got opportunity. Cash out now. You dey fuck up. You know. And I'm looking at this guy. Say, do you understand the opportunity to have? We have to change this country, and this is one chance we have, and we must use it. And but it's well. It's well. Thank God how far we have come, and the whole is please, guys, please. S is also this song on this challenge, but let S is coming first because me, I'm very, very big on. I'm very, very, very big on because S is you must get your own category. I don't want you to join this guilty category, but you get your category. And me, I must bless you. I must bless you on this platform today. Honestly speaking, because the sacrifices you have given to this movement, I say this, nobody don't do them. Nobody don't do them. You carry your face, your chest, everything they out there with these Abado boys every freaking day. Bro. Welcome, I beg. My brother, I beg talk. Make I not just...
Man, thank you, Saddam. Baba. It can't be like saying 4 years we don't do this thing. Otumba. It doesn't even feel like it's 1 year. Oh boy. Obedience, God bless you all. Thank you very much. If there's anything I've always begged you guys for, is believe in Nigeria just one more time. This whole APC, there are so many lexicons I introduced to this movement early on. If you remember, I told you guys, APC is willing to burn down the kingdom just to reign over it as kings of the ashes. I've said so many things on record. When we first started, there was a young man called Ayospace. I would go on Ayospace. I had followed Peter Obi in Anambra. I lived in Anambra, and I'm from Anambra. And I have also lived in Lagos. I was born in the UK. I couldn't understand why the entire electoral cycle, Nigeria had 36 states, but it's only in Lagos that tribalism or anti-Igbo sentiments was brought up every election. But the Igbos are a majority in several other states of the country, or at least a voting bloc. So many things didn't make sense. As a broadcaster, I would be forced to interview presidential and governorship candidates. I have interviewed Omoyele Sowore for 2 hours on radio before. I interviewed Ambode. I was the only broadcaster to interview Babajide Sanwo-Olu. I asked him about the video from Daring from Isaleko. That's when he was asked, will you be this accessible when you become governor? He promised heaven and high water that period. Today, a lift fell down in Lagos. A young doctor died. He couldn't even be seen on the scene. A few months ago, a building collapsed in Banana Island. He was not on the scene. Almost a year ago, a house collapsed, multi-story building, two of them in Ikoyi. Several people died, including the billionaire owner. That story has been buried today. I have a photochromic memory. It's both a gift and a curse. I do not forget things. Now, I can forgive, but I actually do not forget. This movement has been very, very symbolic. I was part of NSAS and I was there that night, the day those soldiers, before they started shooting and when they started shooting. Every 2 years since the year 2012, Nigeria has had a revolution or semi-revolution of sorts. 2012 was subsidy. 2014 was the Shiites. 2016 was the beginning of the IPOB issue. About 2018 was, I'm not really sure, but between then was Operation Python Dance, and that issue went fire AWOL. 2016 to 2018 was also the metamorphosis from 2014 to 2016, if you call it a revolution of sorts, because negative revolutions, including coup d'etats, count, was when Boko Haram revolutionized into banditry and kidnapping. I have kept these records. So I knew that in 2022, there will be a revolution of sorts by the Nigerian youth before the 2023 elections. And I promise you, if the Nigerian judiciary allows APC to continue in power, by 2024, there will be another revolution of the Nigerian people. I cannot say what they will be protesting against or how it will go. So, when I came on Ayospace, I would meet Saddam. One thing I always had was respect from all sides of the political divide. And the major thing I didn't want was these arguments not being data based. So if you remember, every party would give me a listening ear because all I discussed was data. I would tell them, keep your arguments factual based. And it was always very hard to do. I found out that I would spend weeks and months Googling Peter Obi. I would see achievements, achievements, achievements. I would Google every other name in the Nigerian spectrum. Try it. I will teach you a very simple trick. If you see any Nigerian politician, any name within the Nigerian political elite, type in their name and type in EFCC. Matawale, EFCC. Zulum, EFCC. El Rufai, EFCC. Type in their name and type in fraud. Uzodinma, fraud. Achike Udenwa, fraud. Any name you pick, type in their name and type in prison. Type in their name and type in criminal. You would see, but I would type in Peter Obi, EFCC. And you will see things like Peter Obi was investigated by the EFCC and given a clean bill. I will type in Peter Obi fraud and nothing would come out. I will type in Peter Obi death, Peter Obi dupe, Peter Obi criminal, and nothing would come out. But I will type in Peter Obi achievements, Peter Obi academic, Peter Obi school, Peter Obi Anambra, and I would get a truckload of verifiable information. I would type in Atiku fraud, Atiku EFCC, Atiku issues, Atiku problem. I would type in Oshibanjo fraud, Oshibanjo EFCC, Oshibanjo scandals, and a truckload of problems would come out. I did the same for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and my goodness, the rest is history. I typed in Shetima, and words from Ali Modu Sharif, the governor who was governor right before him and his political godfather. If you remember how far back I spoke on Shetima and how he was a random commissioner for health, and how the man who had actually was the popular candidate in Borno State was murdered in cold blood, Fanami Gubio. I spoke about these things a year ago. And I thank God when Saddam first started, the first few episodes of Vawulence Space, I was in the background because I was really weighing a lot of things. Many of the major players are my friends. The current first son, my good friend. We will hang out at Polo Club and, everybody will sit in one corner. Most of the people in APC are former King's College students, which I went to. And you wouldn't understand this. I remembered one day I went to greet Shay and somebody said, Mona, no go shake amo, no go snap picture, talk, say you don't turn obedient. And really, it caused a problem at Polo Club. But I do these things with my chest because I remember how old I was in 2015. And I know how old I am in 2023. And I've calculated how old I will be by 2031. And I know for one is that by 2031, I would not have the time to spend multiple hours, 3 weeks, 3 days of the week on spaces discussing Nigeria, no matter what Nigeria is going through. By 2021, 8 years from now, worst case, I should have a 6-year-old or 2 or 3 children. I should be married. I honestly will not have time for Nigeria. I probably might not even live here as well. So when Saddam started the Vawulence Space, it was a refreshing concept. I think the original Vawulence Space used to speak on women and men issues, and that was what the Vawulence was about. I can't really remember when Saddam used to use this hashtag. And then I used to be in the background. I would guide him. I would tell him, Saddam, if you remember Saddam, when we used to link up and Ayo used to bring us up as we were the only 2 obedients in Nigeria. If you remember that time, the only 2 obedients in Nigeria, then I think Otumba and Omar came on board, then we became 4 people tweeting in a room. Do you remember when Festus Keyamo actually insulted us, that we were only 4 of us defending Peter Obi on every space nationwide? People don't know that we don't collect insult. Otumba is our spiritual leader. He doesn't talk a lot on public spaces, but in the background, he's very pivotal. Otumba's opinion matters. I think he has like 2 votes, 2 veto power votes in our meetings, So it just, the synergy, especially since we are all from different tribes. Saddam, as far as I'm concerned, is a northerner. Omar, a lot of people ask us about Omar. Omar, I think, had a child towards the end of, or had something. He hinted it, and then
he's on the space, though.
So I know he hinted. I remember that was the last I remember, and then I think he hinted about having a kid or something, and then he kind of took his step back, and which is very understandable. You see him, he took a time off, and then he's back tweeting. So, like I said, there are so many people that have taken a step back. If you remember the Vawulence Space, a lot of people who were prominent voices, let's say in the first 4-6 months, might not be prominent voices now, but it does not mean they don't love Nigeria. There are some people for their mental health, They believe it's better to be tweeting about football, Russia, China. And I promise you that when Nigeria gets it right, I will still pick my phone and call them and say, we've gotten it right. And I know they'll be on the first flight back home to fix things. So there are so many people I understand. There are so many voices that were the first 10, 15 speakers on Violence Space. And sometimes you see them in the speaker section, they've not spoken in months. I don't go to their DM and pressurize them. Hey, are you okay? Are you all right? We've not heard from you in a while. Do you want to come around? I understand and I totally get it. Take as much time as you need because I will tell you that the mental stress that this movement has, if David Hundeyi publishes his DMs, I can make you understand that ours would be on a lighter version, but as stressful. There are some messages in Saddam's DMs, in my DMs, in Otumba's DMs. I don't know where to start. There are some people that have looked at us as we are the Ministry of Employment. I have people's CVs in my DMs. I don't know where to start. They have forgotten that there's a state minister of labor and employment online shedding propaganda. They should be sending their CV to, but they send it to us. Where do we start? I have soldiers in my DM. As much as I'm angry with the Nigerian army, I have a million of them in my DM explaining that it's not their fault. They court martial them, this and that and that. So this movement has been beautiful. I remember election. I know how demoralized we were. If Violence Space had stopped after the presidential elections, it would have been understandable. It would have been on that. Nobody would have been blaming us today. If you ask me about Nigeria, I'll just write KMT. By the time I write KMT, 30 tweets, you people will understand that I've left Nigeria for Jesus Christ. But we galvanized ourselves. I can't forget election night. Akintoge got arrested. Ginger, giddy, 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 giddy. And I saw I did my hotel room that time because I had to move to a hotel for safety reasons. I did my hotel. Bah, 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 after like 30 minutes, now I say nobody don't go to the police station to find Aki. I carried this because I have my press pass on my car. It takes me through police blocks. I drove there, made sure, gave them some, begged them, please don't beat Aki, don't touch him. He's a respectable member of society. Did you see gun? They say they didn't see gun. We have been our brother's keepers. I think maybe I hosted space with Saddam before I saw Saddam's face and knew that I had known him before for like the first 6 months. I probably did not know Tumba's face for the first 8 months. I probably didn't know Jimmy's face for the first 10 months. So we've had so many beautiful.
You know my face, so my suit today.
No, now wait till they talk. Now wait till they talk. Say, now so life be. Then we've had so many beautiful souls. Mommy Bolanle that just became our mommy from nowhere. Mommy Bolanle is our mommy. Our children know. Saddam, look, wait. Then maybe we can't even clarify this Mommy Bolanle because we they discuss 1 year now. Saddam has been holding a monopoly to Mommy Bolanle's love. And the only reason Saddam has to this monopoly is that him and Mommy Bolanle share birthdays. I don't forget things. So Mommy Bolanle is our mommy. Our mommy. Our mommy. And we have so many other geniuses. Well-meaning Nigerian came on board. My goodness, what a fountain of information, And for me, it's this. What we have built, we built parallel facts. We have literally been the mobilizing force behind one of the greatest political movements and galvanizations in Africa and Africa's history. We are the Holy Arab Spring because we caused the biggest political upheaval without shedding one piece of blood. Rather, we were butchered, we were killed, we were murdered, we were ambushed, we were insulted, we were downgraded. Reno Mokiri, to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil, said maybe we are no more obedient, maybe we're actually obegeniuses. And that is how all of them will be confessing. They will be confessing to the glory of God in this movement. I repeat, greater men have insulted us and fallen. Nobody is greater than the former deputy senate president of this country. And he insulted this movement. He said we will not get there. He's currently serving 10 years in prison. Ojo Zokalu said we will not get there. And he wept on the grounds of the National Assembly. Femi Fani-Kayode cursed us, insulted us, swallowed his vomit to insult this movement. His name is not on supplementary list. He's not on dean's list. He's not on NAN's list. He's not on students' list. We are here. Festus Keyamo insulted us. They had to remove a woman to put Festus Keyamo to show that APC still has no regard for Nigerian women. A woman that celebrated, knelt down when she was called minister. They removed her to put a propagandist, and he was on Twitter typing, praising their Lord all day, praising their Lord. Festus Keyamo will still tell us which God he serves, because it's not the God that is in the obedient movement. Many of them, the one that snatched it, ran with it, and grabbed it, it has remained a hot potato in his hand till today. He cannot release it. He cannot drop it. He cannot carry it on his head. He can't put it in his pocket. He can't give it to somebody to hold for him. The gobe is clear. It is clear. So please, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this movement proved one thing to me. A lot of people always said, the problem with Nigeria is Nigerians. I subscribe to that. And then people will say, Nigerian rulers come out of Nigerians, so Nigerians are bad people. But this movement taught me something. Nigerians are amazing people. Nigerians are one of the world's greatest people. 1 in 4 black people on earth is a Nigerian. Nigerians are geniuses. Nigerians are the most educated Negroes on the planet. Why am I saying this? I say this because Nigeria was kidnapped by a criminal political elite. Every other country has engaged in a sort of crony capitalism where if they were to build a road, they would inflate the price of the road, but they will at least build the road. The Nigerian political elite has engaged in the type of criminality and theft that I had to remind you guys that a word called avarice exists, where that the theft makes absolutely no sense, because there's no reason why a governor of a state would drive on the roads and there are potholes, and potholes are one of the least things to fix in a state. Until today in Lagos State, Third Mainland Bridge has potholes. There is no route that Babatunde Fashola would tell me he drives at least to the airport that does not have a pothole, and he has not fixed them. But he fought, killed, stabbed, and divided the state along tribal lines for a second time. Share you they see him. I hope say una they see him. I promise you, if you are 21 years old today, you will be 29 years old by the time APC is done with you, if the Nigerian judiciary does not give us our mandate. If you're 41 years old today, you will be 50. You'll be 49 years old. If you're 50, you'll be 59. If you're 60, you will be 69. If Tinubu and APC knew that Nigeria mattered to them, if they knew that renewed hope was going to be their slogan for their movement, Buhari came from them. They defended him. They promoted him. They put their money behind him. And they cannot wake up today and tell you 8 years later that Muhammadu Buhari was acting independently of them, when on Google you can clearly see that Nigeria is running on Tinubu's economic model. Clean and clear, right there. Numbers do not lie. Data has no emotions. So I tell you that one of the major things that makes me happy in this movement is the synergy, it's the love. We have the Omoales here. We have the IPOBs here. We have the Middle Belt Awakening here. We have the beautiful people of the North here. It is one Nigeria. We have the Calabar, the Ibibio, Delta. We have learned, we have discussed, we have talked to each other. We have known ourselves even deeper. We have understood the history that they don't want us to know in the schools. We have discussed that history here. We have told ourselves, yes, there was a coup. Yes, there was this. But were you there in 1966? Why are you fighting the wars of dead men? So we have discussed, and we have smashed and squashed that Nigeria. city. Talk less of more than 2,000 people that congregate on the violence space 3 times in this our small violence space. So we are actually channeling different lexicons that are being spread along the Twitter sphere. And then we have legitimacy behind us. We have legitimacy behind us. We bring our candidate on space and we get to become the seventh largest Twitter space ever held in the world. I love you all. You guys mean the world to me. For the Violence Space family, we have been through hell, we have been through high water, we have been through several WhatsApp groups, we have sieved the chaff from the wheat, we have fought, we have quarreled, we have held malice, we have reconsidered, we have forgiven each other, we have fought, we have shared with Nigerians, we have raised money, we have blessed Nigerians. And at the end of the day, I thank you all because our bank accounts are empty, but our hearts are full. You guys mean the world to me. If I don't get up, if Saddam no host space, I know sure say with the kind network where I get for Nigeria, where they knock me off back and forth, I go host space. I know sure so Tumba get the time. So from Saddam, it becomes a taproot of energy. He just has to open the space and we come here and do the rest. Well-meaning Nigerian, I've always almost seemed like the data guy on an island. And then well-meaning comes in and then I don't feel like such a weirdo anymore. In this space also, when we first of all were morphing this space from being merely a Twitter discussion space into being a political block. One thing I've also learned from this space, in all honesty, is presentation. I found out I became a recluse, like I became a hermit in my life because I'm a bit of a nerd. So I'm very far ahead of people, and sometimes I don't really know how to explain myself in a way that everybody gets it. And in the beginning of this movement, there was so many times that people would have to be like, and I thank God that Saddam and Otumba used to be like a conduit or a middle belt between me, between my opinions and my views and a lot of people. And at the end of the day, I thank God that we all got to time literally solved everything. And I just bless you all for just being my energy. Some days I'm tired. Saddam is energized. Saddam got injured one time, but the violence space continued for like 2 weeks, if anybody remembers. And you know, Tumba had to go on a holiday. The violence space, we got a different co-host. Well, Meaning couldn't go. Jimmy would pop up, you know. And look. You guys are so amazing. Then you guys come up and give your submissions. And I understand that, look, any day that I'm not here, well, meaning not here, Saddam could probably give somebody the violence space handle, and Joe Obedient and Ure and, you know, Mary White could host the space and it will still be fire. Thousands of people will still be here. So it's just a family. I don't know. I don't know if there's a way. Maybe when Peter Obi becomes president, we'll just carry munch like the first 1,000 years of violence. They just submit as the cabinet because I know that just from our synergy alone, if we don't understand them, we go ask who understand them. You know, and this is how we've helped people from flood victims. We were not politicians, but we have become a political bloc. We were not judges, we were not lawyers, but we have become legal geniuses. We were not Supreme Court judges, but we're bantering on behalf of judges. Judges are coming to listen to our submissions. We were not security geniuses, but we are here advising the Nigerian presidency on how to move about in a war. All of this from facts and figures, especially fighting a generation older than us who do not listen to data. They just move on their feelings, and most times their feelings are actually wrong. So I love you all. You guys mean the world to me. I'm not going to go into too much emotions, but man, this movement, bro, look. If you're one of those people that you have been in violence place from day one and you have never spoken, today, I want to hear you speak. I want to hear how we have been sounding to you. You know, there are people like Jude Engis that have been here. They come here every space. How we they sound for now? Yeah, we normal at all. We they do the right thing. We they blow fune. Abi we know they blow fune. Abi we they use too much facts and figures. Abi we know they use too much. What corrections or are we doing well? Are you going to give us our flowers? I will manage a hibiscus. You know, just let today's space be about Thanksgiving and just really talking to each other. I appreciate you all, Saddam, well-meaning, Mommy Bolanle, Otumba, Jimmy, Anita, all the names that are here. Look, all protocols observed. It's a bit emotional for me as well. but I love you all. You mean the world to me. The Supreme Court, I don't trust the judges, but I trust the law. And the law is blindfolded and holds scales to show that it favors nobody. I trust evidence when presented before a court, and we have presented evidence before the courts. We have justified all righteousness on heaven and earth and in the waters of the deep. And I believe Peter Obi will get his mandate back. All these insults at Nigeria will stop. I honestly cannot believe we were 200 million of us and nobody thought of calling Bola Ahmed Tinubu Ebola. That was the most classic insult ever. It is an L we all must take collectively because as creative as we are Nigerians beat us to one of the maddest punchlines in this entire electoral season. I love you all. Bala Blue, Bulaba, cheers and God bless.
S6, my brother, thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. You know, I can just sit down and just listen to you speak. I swear to God, and I will just go on. Go on. Thank you very much. Thank you for the sacrifices. I will not say anything beyond thank you for the sacrifices because bro, you know easy. Thank you very much. That Ebola, back to the Ebola. See, in hindsight, I thank God saying we was find out because if saying us, if I don't carry the weight we carry like this, the first thing call saying IPOP, saying can't say Otumba. Say if even the man says Otumba discover them, they'll say Otumba. Today Otumba na Igbo boy. So you know say the na.
When I change my name,
Saddam, he pay me say we no even think
We make it good as we don't
he
think
pay
am.
me, but just one letter for front of this man name. Now be the hardest punchline this whole season. He pay me whether they downgrade the yabo or carry weight. He pay me say we no think
Especially violence space. It won't violence space. I don't think that kind of name. Wait till we never call him. But it's
He
all
sure we go
good.
come everybody 1 minute from their submission today. Say they don't think this thing as punishment.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. In the building we have Oma is in the building though. So Oma is in the building. All of you that be worried. Oma might probably come up and speak. He says he's very
DJ Omar.
so he might he will probably you will hear the voice of Oma today. Good to have you back, my brother. Thank you. It's good to well let's hear from you one more time. It's been a very long time. Let's hear you back, my brother. It's good to have you back on the platform. All right. This space today, as we say today, is cruise, please. Today is cruise. Don't take this too serious today. Don't take it too serious. We're just here to have fun. I said if you like, may they announce breaking news. Tinubu has been arrested. Tinubu is resigning today. We're not going to talk am for this place. We could just dey laugh in Ebola agenda for today. Now violence please get today. E no easy. To sit down on top this man neck. If you know the kind back pain wey I carry, my back they pain me. I sit down on top this man neck where they use Procomba Fossil. You know, don't read that one for that. This thing. Procomba Fossil. I even read for that.
yes, the mouth no good.
Oh, but these Nigerians, they're not good, though. You say we wicked. These people, they're not good. Say now, Procomba Fossil. Ebola. All right, guys, let's open up the floor. But before we open up the floor, please.
Nah, see say Ebola the trend. I can't fear for my house. Say God, I beg. Hey, sanitizer, face mask, this one. Now I can't go to say why is Ebola trending? Hey God. Now I just see go be left and right. Even Buhari no suffer this thing.
He
Kai.
goes,
My man think say go just come
he stole from the wrong people. He
at
made
the
a mistake
wrongest time.
at the wrongest time.
At the
His
wrongest
time is
time.
supposed to be 2015. Now 2015 wait for fight. Omo Jonathan enter. You can't where people I know they open. You can't come where we don't test blood. We don't leak blood, test blood, vampires. Vampire mode, then all of us this too. Tinubu, you came at the wrongest time. You must that mandate, you must vomit them. You must vomit.
Imagine
You know,
running
rest.
under APC
You
in
know,
a
rest.
Nigeria where Buhari had forced every Nigerian to drop every single naira they had in 90 days while suffering fuel scarcity. And you came under APC to run for president. You
Then,
came at the wrongest time
one of you come out
after
and tell
flooding.
us one of you come out and tell us that, Ribadi come and tell us that is that we inherited we inherited hell.
Inherited from who?
God go
APC
punish
wants
the
to save
thief.
Nigerians from APC.
APC. When we say hate that party, we are building. It got to a point they say that we're indoctrinating people. They say violent space. That people they're indoctrinating Nigerians.
No,
They're,
that we radicalized.
they were
You say.
radicalizing us.
Radicalized Saddam that they submitted a name to DSS. We don't try
No
you.
problem. Let's open the floor for people to react, please. Welcome, my brothers and sisters. Please, we're still having the violence based challenge today. If you're up there, well in Nigeria, please, I would love you to coordinate this part because I want you. I don't know how you guys. No matter how know this to answer. You know how you have planned the whole stuff for the JOT challenge. We're having our that challenge that we raised money for, the best kits, the best music, all the best spoken words. Today is going to end today because let everything end today. So please, guys, they are voting. Voting link is up on the Jumbo Trust. I don't know. I don't know the instruction. Make I not go talk about. I don't sabi. Well, Nigeria, please one more time. It is your
Okay.
own job. Please
Okay.
come in down.
So as it stands now, we currently have for music category, we currently have our top 10 already. For skit category, we have our top 5. Then of course, spoken words are two people. Uh, um, so what we'll just do is we'll take a couple of submissions till about 7:30. Then we'll now go through those top 10 briefly, get the judges to score them. Everybody will hear it, but don't worry. I know when they are scoring, you might be like, "What is this one? I don't agree with what he's saying." Don't worry. You have by the time we want to put up the poll after that, still within this space, everything is going to happen within this space. We'll try not to take much time. By the time we put out the poll, you have a chance to also vote what you wanted. Hopefully, your person gets to the top 4, you can vote what you wanted. So that, but for now, in between, so the only point where we might take a couple of your time and submission may have to pause is from 7:30 when we want to get the judge. We want to go through all the, not all now, just the top 10. That's when I will announce the top 10, and we'll get to listen to some of them, those top 10 briefly, get the judges. We are going to have a couple of judges. NCs, you are still here because now you will be the senior judge for the panel. So you get the judges. The judges will be scoring over 20. So they'll tell us their score here and probably 1 or 2 sentences because what they will hear, everybody will hear something different. Someone might be looking out for the beat, someone might be looking out for the quality, someone might be looking out for the message, So we have a couple of judges around that will just give us their scores and all that. So, but we'll start that by 7:30. So, Saddam, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, my brother. I just want to give a shout out to my brother also on the platform. One of the big reasons why also this movement is where it is today. David Hunde, God bless you, my brother. Thank you very much, because when you bring out information, people don't understand. When I go out of that, I tell people, somebody reaches out to me and say, Saddam, David. I say, David, I get that David. They talk for 40. David. I'll tell you, this is my uncle, a freaking billionaire. Because when I was trying to introduce him to come on Peter Obi space, he was saying, "What do you think? What I do?" Yeah, I say, the only person he knows in Nigeria is doing journalism is one boy they call David. I said, David, I can put him on the call. He said, you have his number. So David has done a whole lot of job that people don't understand. Guy, you have gone so far, and my happiness is when you actually came up on that space last Saturday and you said something. How much people talk and told you about what we on the violence space we have done. Thank you so much, because you are a reason for what we have achieved. Also, you're a very big part of that reason, and people don't understand many things that we have broken out, that have gone out to be viral in Nigeria, broke out from the violence space. Tinubu's dual certificate, Tinubu's dual this thing. Now here, violence space here,
David
Quest
gave us a
midnight.
big exclusive that day.
David came
I
out
will
and brought it
I
and
will
brought it out
never
there.
forget that day. Now only me and Saddam they co-host that day.
Yes, and the
On
next day, I think my
Saturday.
sister Pels had a space. The next day, and we had that space with David C. And me and David accounts were being attacked. I won't buy. I waiting because I'm Twitter blue. I've lost in the course of this. Oh, I don't suffer for this movement too. Hi, oh God, I don't lose account tire. I think sometimes
At least like 4.
I've lost I think three or 4 accounts. Otumba is this one. Why they utilize Otumba own. Now Tumba give me this account. Why they use like this? Because Twitter don't block me everywhere. You don't block all my phone numbers. They say if we catch you, they don't block everything. I see one of my sisters says, Adam, you must go and verify, you must verify, you must verify. I said, I'm not giving Elon Musk £1 because after that space, they locked David's account, they started attacking my account. I could not do anything until I had to go and pay these people. Until I paid Elon Musk. And we are here today. We don't suffer for this movement, but we they continue until we get back our country. Thunder could fire devil. Let us open up right now. I want to allow people come in. But I'm going to start the space as usual with the lady. My mommy was NCC in our mama. So this is our mama. Make I give her.
Our mommy.
She will use her
Well,
mouth
so
and
if I
confess.
ask you a question, if I go London next year, where did you say who should I go first go see?
That one concern you who you want to go see. You go see, I go tell say you want to go see Sada Mama. Who you want to go see before?
Yeah, okay. I go
Now,
talk
Sada
about
Mama you want to go see now. So you don't
okay, I
concern
can't
me
hear
whether
you.
if you don't go see yourself, we go fight. And then we go fight. So you go London, you don't see my mama. So that is then you get wahala. But since I want to turn our community mama, mommy,
Oh yeah, now collect mommy Bolanle.
can you cook for the
Ma
community?
text Auntie Margaret because I know which I go talk we go pay you. Ma text Auntie Margaret first.
This one I declare bomb.
I go
So
remove you for
every
this
you go
place.
see
I
every
go
you
remove you
go
for this
declare.
place. Else I will remove you for this place. If you call that name again, I drop you.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh, geez, I have laughed so much this afternoon. I said good afternoon well, it's evening now. Good evening from my side. Emir Saddam N6 from in Nigeria, Tuba, my Jimmy, Madam Madonna, everybody else on the space. I say hello. Welcome to the Vawulence Space. It's been a year. Oh wow. Let me just first confirm, right? So I am mommy to everyone. However, because I share a birthday with Emir Saddam, he is special. He is my special son. Okay, so I hope that clears that up.
Oh, I don't go job for 2 days.
But no, if
I bet how
anyone
they come out
anyone
from this
comes to
co-host first.
if anyone finds themselves in my neck of the woods, yeah, even if I have to turn one of my biological kids out, no, there's plenty of space. Come and stay, come and have a meal with me. It's like the one thing that before, right? So now I'm getting quite emotional because this 1 year has been monumental. It has. I don't think I would ever forget what our joint experiences has been in this movement over the last year. It took me a while to speak on spaces. The IO space. When God is deciding to punish people, those young people that go on these spaces, right, and conjure up these horrible lies. I will have my facts like this, and I'll like, Bolale, do not go and speak because you heard them, and you're like, is this Abi, what is this I'm hearing? And I would get quite upset and I'll get quite angry. And I've heard Emir Saddam, I heard N6, I heard Omar speak on spaces, and I'm like, right, these are the young men that I know will transform Nigeria. Right. And so when Violence Space happened, I didn't have the courage. I think the first time I came up to speak, I confessed that I hadn't been to Nigeria in over 20 years. Everyone was like, 20 years, and I I think my pet subject, everyone still knows it is, it's about Tinubu and Lagos State. Everyone knew how I felt, and I think I came on one space and I shared about extent of his avarice, and it was N6 that told me that this one is beyond greed. This one is avarice. I didn't know the meaning of the word. I have to confess. I went and I had to go and check, and I was like, yes, it describes this man to a T. And the I would come up here, Omar will make me laugh. We would speak about really serious issues, but we would also do comedy, and I saw the birth of a family. Oh my God. It's like I've never met in person anyone, right? I came into the movement because I loved Peter Obi, right? I was following him back in 2019. I had abandoned Facebook in terms of politics in 2015 because they insulted me so badly because I was like, Buhari can never be the solution, right? Baba today, Badamosi will bear me out on this because that was where he was on and he was exposing the government. And so I would say that, we tried in 2015. We kind of just like almost gave up on Nigeria in 2019, but seeing and hearing young the younger generations, the millennials, the Gen Zs, determined to make a difference, right? And did so many. So yes, I have loads of kids in this movement. I have aunties, I have sisters, I have brothers, I have so many people who, have become my family and will remain my family. I mean, even during the campaigns when I was suddenly bereaved, that came out of the blue. And whilst I was broken in spirit, I had people who don't, would not know me from Eve, would call me up and ask me how I'm doing, ask if they could support me, and I then realized that, look, to a certain degree, these politicians that have been recycled time and time again would have you believe that there's no good in Nigeria. But what I saw through the violence space and by extension the obedient movement is, if you get the right people in place, they can make a whole difference in the lives of people. I mean, I remember the floods, all the fundraising that Bishop was doing then. I have never given to politics. In fact, I cancelled my membership of the UK Labour Party because I'm like, you people are pissing me off. I do not have £5 for you. So I cancelled it. That's how I felt. So if anybody had told me, 18 months ago that, you would give regularly to this, this movement, I would have said, lie, with what money? In fact, at the time I started speaking on spaces, I was recovering from long COVID, having had COVID 4 times. And at a point, I then didn't have a job, and now we no longer had a breadwinner, and so therefore, thank God for my adult children and all the rest. But even then, I was taking my savings. Because I believed so much in the people who would tell me things I didn't know about Nigeria. It is on Violence Space that I got to know Northern Nigeria. Right, when I would hear people from the north talk about their own particular problems, and I would see us come together to raise the funds that we needed to raise, all of a sudden, yeah, I did. My DM was full, but I suddenly said to myself that when if you're as a Christian, right, if you believe in the teachings of Jesus, right, when he said, you who has done this to the least of your brothers, I've done it for him, right? I saw that being played out on this space, in the obedient movement. I saw people suddenly, I'd always thought that we were so polarized as a people that we could never agree. But yeah, it wasn't like we are zombies. No, we kind of have our disagreements. I used to love listening to Omar and N6 Go, or Otuba have a go at Saddam because he brought up a sure mad person who came and was speaking nonsense, you know, and I suddenly then found out I learned a lot about myself as well. I thought I had conquered anger until I get out, hear things, I'll get all riled up and I would speak and I was like, but Alicia, all this wow. When people ask me, oh, as a young woman, you were like my anger was hey, let people in my family come and tell you, right? And I thought, oh, I'm now calm. I speak softly. I speak calmly until Shores, Plunkers came along and I would find myself being all riled up. They do know what Plunkers mean, Kayla. you know, yeah, I know. I mean, the violence space, all of you that host, all of you that come up and speak, all of you that listen, you have all played a significant role. That when the history of Nigeria is being written, for generations to come, your all your names will be mentioned because oh my god, it's been absolutely amazing. We have cried together, we have laughed together, we have gotten angry together. I have heard so fantastic submissions. I mean, it's like I'm like, where have these people been? you know, Politics is supposed to be dirty, and we suddenly realize that we all become politicians, whether we like it or not. We speak to national issues, we speak to regional ones. Yes, Saddam, I'm rounding up, but so for the last 1 year, you know, it's been amazing, and here's to the future because as you have gone on, you have become, more than just a space. You have become a source of information of the news. We have parallel facts. We have the radio. I mean, it's like you guys did this. You all did this, right? And you should be so very proud of yourself because I have to tell you, I am so very proud of each and every one of you. And I have to say one more thing before I round up. N6, all of us that are screaming most of the time are in the diaspora, but you're in Nigeria. And every time I remember that, I say a word of prayer for God to protect you, right? And I have so much respect for you because I'm like, it takes courage to speak out about the injustice in our society, right? It takes double the courage to do it while you're still in Nigeria. And for that, I love you so much. I respect you so, so, so very much. And yes, I am your mommy too. I thank you all. I yield the mic.
Mommy, I've dismordered you. I've dismordered you for today.
Yeah, you cannot do it. It's not possible. It will not happen.
I've,
If you it is lie, it is a lie. It cannot happen. It is not. And I have your
Sada, you know,
address.
say you're
I
not,
will get a
and
late
she's our
flight.
mommy and
I would
yours.
take a
And
flight tonight. I will carry on Morogun. And I will beat you like a Nigerian Yoruba mom will beat her child. Oh yeah, dare me. You are who?
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Thank
Saddam,
you. Give me
Saddam,
come with God.
say get one day. I just sit down and they wonder. I say, God, if they catch this N6, hey, you only so we walk.
They don't
If
do
they
anything.
catch
S
this,
is now
no,
S is now star boy now. Before you go
you know,
catch
but
S is for
waiting,
Lagos.
where you
waiting
are,
are they even reason?
how many
Waiting are
mopo
they
you want
reason? Be
first
say,
cross?
bro,
You know
waiting are
how
they
you
even
dey
reason?
move. You
Waiting are
don't
they
know how he
reason? Be
moves.
say. What are the reason be say if they catch this guy, all our numbers we did diaspora, all our numbers, Otilo from
Nothing.
your WhatsApp number, from your WhatsApp they go carry all our number for you.
Waiting if they carry am, so if they carry am, wetin dey there? He be criminal for
Then,
the hospital. If they
no,
steal, if you are
You
I
know,
stealing,
if
just
you carry who they read facts and figures now. Where you want from start? You go first carry all the newspaper people where
if
they
you
read
carry
first.
SCC will call Tinubu, sir, you were indicted for drugs.
I don't cash
In
out.
yes or no,
in
yes or
yes
no.
or no? Yeah, in the year 1993, you paid $460,000 for drug dealing activities. Yes or no?
Or no? Mm.
It is simple. Like if you are not coming here to tell, there is nothing we have said on this place that is not real
That's a
about
lie.
Muhammad
True,
Tinubu.
true,
So there's
true, true,
nobody is speaking from
true,
part of slander. We're not slandering you. We're telling
true,
you are a criminal. You're a criminal. You don't come here
true.
and hide them. You are balabluing. Now, like, did you not lick the mic? Sir, you licked the mic like ice cream. Is it a lie? Should I show you
Bro,
a video of you licking the mic?
you know lick Mike. Oh, you they
So
give Mike blowjob. Oh.
so why you? There's no. If I've ever come out and say, the problem is say, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not 77 years. That means we lied about his age. We will not bring out news publications for him and say, sir, in 1999 you came back and you had an interview with Guardian newspaper and you said you were 52 years. 52 years from 1999 plus two. When you add 52 to 24, how old are you, sir? Now, tell us your real age. So there are some things that are, if you're doing slander, like when they come and say Peter Obi is this, Obi that. No. We don't do that kind of politics. We tell you who you are, Tinubu, who you are. You are a criminal fraudster with certificate forgery that got involved in drug dealing activities. That is who you are. In your face, in your presence of your DSS, will tell it to your face. And the DSS will not be ashamed of supporting and fighting for a criminal drug dealer. Thank
And
you.
people forget that I was on radio for almost 10 years and I had political shows. Everybody listened to me. I was on radio 6 days a week, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And I did that for 8 years. And same thing I'm saying now, same thing I'm saying then. I told you people I was hosting all these your presidential candidates. I've hosted Atiku. I hosted Jonathan the day they called us to Civic Center to launch Facebook. We've done all these things. And if I tell you that I am sick of the cycle, if I was still on radio, they would have forced me to interview Sonwolu. I'll probably interview the Adebayo guy. I'll probably, it just became a whole cycle of finding out that if you're in the formal side of the press, you are literally gagged. And I don't have that time anymore. So that is why I'm doing this. So, like I said, my brother, it's not a matter of if they encounter. Sandra Ezekwesili has a political show. My colleague Joyce Onyemowa, one of the greatest female broadcasters. If you know me from Cool FM, everybody will tell you N6 and Joyce. We were doing political shows in 2014 for 3 years. The night cafe was politics. We were same thing you're doing on Spaces. We'll pick up the phone and discuss politics, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So I've done this for years. I know how to do it. There are ways within the law to stay legal and still state your case, which I've always done on this platform. And always, when you put your arguments behind legality, you read where your argument is from. Nobody can cut any part of my submissions and say N6 brought up something that was not true. All my submissions are within the line of facts and figures. So, like I said, the truth, the truth, and the truth will always set you free. So I walk around Lagos. I don't have a chip on my shoulder. There's nobody coming to beat me. I don't tell lies about anybody. I don't insult anybody. I just come here and read the same thing that is on the newspaper and that is out there. I don't need to add. I don't need to embellish. I don't need to remove. And that is also part of my safety as a journalist. Thank you all. Thanks for caring about my safety.
Google. From the book of Google. Abi, now there they carry them go.
Book of Google.
DSS open to the book of Google, chapter 1994. Tinubu was pushing cocaine. Yes or no? Can you see it in your book of Google? The DSS will say, yes, we can see. Yes, we can see.
If I go to Google and tell you somebody put out a whole article and said, I do not believe in one Nigeria. Am I the one that said it? Did I interview him? Did we beg him? Did I force him? Has he put out another article saying, oh, that was how I felt before. I now believe in one Nigeria. No. So if I read you that his actions look like the actions of somebody that does not believe in the unity of Nigeria, I am not wrong until he puts out another statement that says he does. It is all within media. Nobody has arrested Tucker Carlson. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All right, let's move on to the conversation. Let me bring in another day one, Vawulence. Let me Joel the obedient. Hey, please, guys.
Amen.
God.
Saddam, guys, I spoke with I had a chat with Omar. Omar is actually driving, so hopefully he might join us when he's
No, he
back.
will join us. He
But
will join us. That is certain. We're having
all
a
right,
he's
all right,
going to be with us
okay,
here. He's going to be
all
with
right.
us here. Joel Obedient, you can come in right now. I was there.
Saddam, man, you know, say Joe give us energy for this movement. I'm not shocked that he's engaged in selling of all this solar panel inverter. The guy naturally na energy. Now work now human
Bro,
solar panel. Come on, my
bro.
G.
And I talk as I say, if there's someone who want to do a VC funding for, the first person should be Joel.
Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
for his
Joel is
business.
something
Joel
else.
is some, yeah.
God,
Man, Joel has really you to request the mic. Oh, yeah, I know you can hear me.
don't worry yourself. Otuba, calm down now. Just
Make
calm
sure you
down.
press the mic.
I need to cook this place today. When I can make I cook today. Just allow me to cook. I'm cooking this place today. You get why they garnish and go. I don't put that I somewhere. Calm down. Don't rush this meal I'm giving Valenza today. Please. Thank you. Joel the obedient. Joel the obedient. Hey, this one, this one, DSS supposed to go find network. DSS supposed to go network for record keeping. Record keeping. DSS, please, for future record purposes. If your profile is missing, contact Joel. Ha!
Please, I don't know if Salah said it, like the brain behind our radio station.
Talk man you. Arsenal won't talk, you go they talk man you.
Now don't
But
start.
let's Oh, Saddam, you forget to add the part where you bring United come. You forget to talk about Fugazi. You forget to talk about what's his name? Dos Santos. When they come explain with fake record.
Jumbo throne, jumbo throne.
Don't
I put it on the jumbo throne.
Go to the jumbo throne. I put it on the jumbo throne.
Minister of the Jumbo Throne. Where Saddam jumped and went to do what's it called? Started the violent space. I wasn't even part of it. Exactly. In my mind, I knew the intentions were genuine, but in my mind, I was like, if it has to be somebody not from the east, let somebody from the north. So gradually, when I started seeing, I was attending the spaces, but I just felt like the message wasn't going. So I started seeing Dr. Olu, Ayodeji, Omar. Then I said, okay. I heard
Daring.
another Igbo man, Daring, then Zos. Then I thought Zos was from the north.
Yeah.
Zahi Yusuf. I was not like, and now the balance. But funny enough, I found out that people at that beginning, Lamine, yeah, people at that beginning didn't care where Saddam was from. At a point when I was playing the spaces as I was working with people, then I used to play in my car with my staff, with my colleagues. They would tell me that you know, guys, this guy Saddam they pay him. If you like me, you know, collect. Peter Obi they pay this guy. If you like, not go collect him, or maybe just they do free work, free work, free work. So it was very, very interesting to see that. What was most interesting about what's most interesting to me about this violence space is the fact that we do certain things here. I walk out, maybe we do certain things, we trend something, and I walk out in the afternoon to my daily life, and I see somebody discussing the matter, and in my head I'm like, now we start this thing, oh. And it's sweet that I know that I'm part of the team that runs it. Like that satisfaction, eh? Then the other part is that everybody has genuine intentions. You don't see anybody that has intentions to that wants to that's doing it for self-gratification. Saddam lose account. Saddam no beg you to follow him. N6 not go tell you say my followers never grow. You see people with 800 followers. You see people with 800 followers and they are there on 800 for a long time. They don't care. Nobody is saying if I post something that grows, I will not say this has blown. This thing used to trend on Twitter. Advertise my let me use this to advertise. Me, I learned something from N6. Sometimes when I tweet something that I know will blow out, I will just mute it because it messes with my notifications. So it is not like anybody needs anything. As in, I just see so many people that are interested in Nigerians good, and I've not discussed with anybody that said, "Oh, this thing or more." I know if you would make it, I'll be enter, make them give me this or give me that. So everybody is like, make Nigeria better. It is that. It is that. We are so diverse. At the same time, we have the same mindset. Man, God bless all of you now. I thank you for the accolades I'm getting. My head don't sweat, don't almost burst, but really, really, it is very, very, very. It feels very good doing all these things when you see that people are using it. We are appreciating it. I remember when I suggested. I don't know if you remember, Otumba, when I suggested radio. When like how many people have data. That thing hits me. I can't go research to get the radio for the smallest. You can use 50 naira MB. Take play full space. Yeah.
We go to Saddam go to do advert that time. Unload data. You can listen to us. Unload data. God.
Joel, you remember when we were researching how transmission?
To buy transmission now, buy it
We said
with
we will
small
buy
with a small
transmission
inverter, put
equipment
it, relocate it every 1 hour or every 2 hours.
yes.
Take
Waiting
it
with
to
those things.
villages in the north, in the south, in the southeast.
Yes,
When we hear the
yes.
cost, we shout, we say, Omo, not be
I
here.
know. I know the cost. Like,
When one transmission radio was costing about 1 million, 1 point something million, and it cannot cover more than 1 kilometer. Omo. So I really, really appreciate everybody and the people I really, on that set of people I really appreciate are those that sit down. They don't talk. There are some people I can tell you are always on the listener section. There's one person, his handle is a full stop, is always on Vawulence space. Always. And he hardly says anything. But these people just sit down and listen. But if you go to their TL, you see that they are engaging what we have here. There are some people that they will tell you, this is my first time on Vawulence space. I will rush. When I hear that thing, I rush and check the person. And I see, yes, I've seen this person on this space. I will check your timeline for retweets. This person has been retweeting this space for months and he has never spoken. Those people are the real MVPs. I will play the first batch. Saddam, now you won't even come for this one. Saddam, you remember that time when we say, I had followed you with the way you were hosting the spaces. My I do, I'm back. Now Saddam will play music for 30 minutes. Space will start 4:30 or 7:30. Before Saddam, they do 15 minutes. There was also a time he was doing 10 minutes. And funny enough, there is a time that Saddam, I remember, Saddam started, it was after Cable Expose. I still remember Cable Expose. Saddam just come, he say, I just make a test microphone. All of una don't come. All of una don't fool here. Okay. Then you can say, okay, I'm trying to, let me try and share the space. That time, Saddam see they share space and invite people. Now, Vawulence space, if you like, if I just hold space, just put Vawulence for the top, you don't fool. I beg, when I play this one, it long small, I'll break it into 2 parts.
Come, Joel. What do you
Yes.
want to play?
Wait,
Yeah,
now, no, not be, I don't invite anybody.
Saddam, beg
Saddam,
am
why you
end
dey
you.
fear?
Beg am
Why you
end
dey
you.
fear?
What do you want to play?
Why you dey
No.
fear?
See.
Saddam
We
don't know
are
what you
having.
want
Wait,
play.
now wait.
Okay.
There is
No.
time. There is
Saddam,
time.
I'll come back.
Make it play
The recording is the wrong
No,
thing. I
Play
will
am,
come back.
play
I
I'll
am.
want
come
make
back.
you play, but I want make we get submissions before you go talk. I know that Joel will play tire. Joel will be up here today. Joel get enough receipt for all of us. So please, Joel, I want make the space go round. Make it touch everybody. Make people speak. Then you will not give us reminiscing because I really want to listen to most of those are spaces that we have forgotten about. I really want to listen. So there are some spaces, and I'm saying this because I want make una please go and listen to the Vawulence radio station. I dey beg una. There are spaces that
Do
we
you
have
remember
had on
our
the platform.
spaces on Alpha Beta?
That is that space. That
Saddam,
space.
Saddam, you know one interesting thing about listening to this space, all these breaks, is that these things have happened months ago. A lot have come and covered it. But when you hear it, you just remember, oh, I remember. Like, do you remember Miss Barry at her first submission, that hot submission?
You, yeah, I
Our
think
female
25 minutes.
Martin Luther.
25
Yes,
minutes or
now
so. I
that's
think
her
you
first
recorded that.
submission.
You recorded that thing. You recorded it.
I think I will look for it. I have it.
Please let me circle the mic around. And we have a special guest on the platform today. A special guest, and yet again, again, and yet again. See, make you know, I've told MC stories. I'm going to say a little bit about my brother here, up here, Omar. You know, when we started this whole space and we started everything that was going, I used to even be the moderate head. I used to be because me, I've already expended my whole energy all through the week on eating abado children on their spaces. So when we come up here, when I eat them, they'll not come and they'll be finding how they can eat me back. I'll say, I come to our space, Vawulence space, and they will come and I'll invite them and they will now have a swell time. And Oma will just be going on them. Hey God, hey. Oma will dismantle. What's this guy's name? Hey, white bread.
United.
Hey, United. They waiting there. They will. Somebody will say, Stanley, Dr. Stanley will say, Saddam. When you come with this Saddam, Wallahi, I hate that your friend. That your friend.
And they know if you fight them because now you're a boy.
Hey, my brother, it's good to have you back. It's been a while. You've been out of the space. People have asked and asked. They say, "Where's Oma? Where's Oma? Where's Oma?" I say, "You see, something about this space is that when he full your head, you can go on vacation, you can rest, and apart from that, he has been passing through a whole lot physically, personally that he had to deal with on his own. And people kept reaching out to me and I say, he is fine. He is fine. He's fine. He's going to come back probably when he's free and when he's chance to come back on the platform. And here he is again. And yet again, we are about to create wonders. So it is good to have you, my brother. Good to be again on the platform with you. People want to hear you speak. People want to hear you say stuff.
DJ Omar.
And I think at this point in time, I'll just allow you. Just own the space, my brother. You're welcome to the Vawulence space. Just it's like yesterday, but you're welcome back, my brother. Thank you.
Omar, please let us pray.
If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful.
This part of the world.
Welcome, Omar.
DJ Omar.
Welcome, Omar.
World. Good evening, my brother Saddam. Good evening, Ens. A wonder that would make people look back in years to come and ask themselves, how did we pull it off? We proved to the world that through sheer resilience, determination, and a fighting spirit that is second to none, we can special shout out to Saddam. Your consistency and never-ending desire to see this country achieve the greatness that we all know we are capable of is inspiring. I'll respect the wishes of the Emir, who doesn't want us to discuss the shenanigans of Bala Blue. However, it did cross my mind this morning on my way to work that arrogance is the only reason that will probably prevent such a person from stealing a brilliant idea, like implementing Peter Obi's plan to introduce the hourly wage into the Nigerian labor structure, something that would have cushioned the effect of subsidy removal on Nigerians. Nonetheless, you cannot kill an idea whose time has come. Nigeria is rising, and I'm proud to witness it and be a part of it. To the Nigerian judiciary, wisdom is profitable to direct. And all we're asking for you is to do right by us. For the sake of this generation and the one yet to be born, please do what is right by the good people of this nation. Thank you, everyone. The love is true and it runs deep. God bless the Vawulence space. God bless Nigeria. And God bless us all. For God and for country. My name is Omar. I love you all.
Omar!
DJ Omar.
Welcome back, my brother. Welcome. It's good to have you back on the platform. I guys do the chop cashew nut. I cannot hear you to speak. It's good to have you back. It's good to hear your voice. Hero status. We are normal human beings. We are human beings like me and you. We dey drink, we dey shit, we dey chop, we dey suffer, we dey cry, we dey hustle. You understand? So don't look at us like say, no, we're not superheroes. We have a life of our own, trying to make ends meet. Also, you know, it's not all rosy. You understand? So many people don't understand what goes behind the scene, but we just come out here every time just to speak to issues and believe. The most important thing I say here is that the foundation that we might have different views, we might have different ideologies, we might think differently in certain issues, but the most important foundation we have is that we all crave for a Nigeria that works, and we see that Nigeria through this obedient movement, and we have come together and we have worked so hard together, and we have gotten to this point in time. So it is always a pleasure, my brother. You can take your rest. I told you every time. I say, whenever you want to come back, we're here for you. We are always there. The platform is always open. It's home. You are a foundation member of this platform, and forever and ever, the history and the name of the Vawulence space can never be written without you, without your story being told. I wish I did not say much because that's my book where they write. You know, I go see how far. You know, I've gone halfway. I've gone halfway. I just laziness plus bulaba. They draw me for neck. I know if you get chance to write the rest, but I have to sit up. Dr. Atiwe, they ginger me before they ginger me again. So I just pack them. But tell
How
you,
you want to write book when Nigeria is about to go to war?
Who they go war? Who they go war? Please do not even. They don't. I say if Nigeria want to be burning, let it be burning. We on Vawulence Space were celebrating today. I don't want to hear anything happening in Nigeria. I don't want to know. I don't care. If they let them say they don't come out. Tinubu don't resign. He say today I resign and give you Peter Obi back your mandate that I stole. I have not slept. I don't care. Tomorrow we'll talk about it. But for today we are just celebrating our hard work. People have spent their time, their effort. The sacrifice is not here. It's not here. Thank you, my brother Omar. It's good to have you back on the platform. We're here with you today. You're gonna chime in now, normal level. We now speak on, so it's not the procedure has not changed. That's still the same tough. That's the same pitch. It's still Emirates. It's still Emirates Stadium. It's still Emirates.
I beg, give me 3 minutes. It's been a long time. I beg.
My brother Jimmy. Wait, Jimmy.
Where do you talk?
Wait now, you see, my problem would be say, you dey under record label, you go dey do
Make
pass
hype man introduce you
I
first,
have
Jimmy.
to. Your contract, Jimmy. Your contract is 3 years contract. You never release one album in 3 years. 3 years where I don't stand. You know your album. You have not released it. You go come here. You go dey do. Your next show, you don't gonna give you money. Make I hail you now. I don't go hail you before my artist go work, doing work. Eh?
Madam, my DM don't blow.
Make your DM blow. Make it turn to Afghanistan. Let it turn to Baghdad. If let your DM become Ukraine, and if I let your DM become Niger Republic, it no concern me. My brother, tell them to calm down. Let them watch Melembe Melembe in the voice of Wike. Melembe Melembe. I can never become minister. I can never be a minister. Minister am I a useless man? Tell them like that, Benjamin. Thank you. Let's go to the next speakers. You will come up and give them their own show later, Jimmy. Please, I'm doing what I don't want make people to talk about it before we go do any hailing. Oh yeah, let's go to a lady right now. I want to introduce somebody. You know, in the course of this whole movement, we have been calling one name here. Otumba said, I'll go shock you now. I'll go shock you. We have been calling one name, Riri. There's a lady that has been behind the scene doing a whole lot of tech work for us. Our website, you see the website, the Violence Space website, you see the Power Facts website. Now, woman, they run am more. Now, chick, they run am more. So when we talk, I'm like, you understand, say, people say, Satan, people Violence Space, it's only men up there. I say the engine of Violence Space, the engine behind the scenes are ladies, exceptionally intelligent, brilliant women. And she's here today. She know the life I want
Who
to
have
participate.
never spoken on this platform. Oh.
Well, no, she just be like saying that 1 year once before. She don't agree one talk. She don't agree one show herself. She don't want people know am. I say, my sister, you see people that we work with, people that don't care for fame, they don't want anything. We just want a Nigeria that work. The day she enter my DM and say, son, I want to build for you a website. I say, build for me a website. Will I pay you? Say, no, I'll do it for free. Oh. I don't want any payment. I'll just do it for you for free. I say, really? I said, I can't keep her on pending first. Things say maybe na Abado send them. Whether they want, she has been sent, like Delilah was sent to destroy Samson. I say, wait, Delilah, wait, let me investigate. I now call FBI and CIA with DSS mixed with a little bit of Nigerian police. And they now did investigation for me and found out that she is clean. And I said, okay. And I said, yeah, let's see what you can do. And she came up with a brilliant website. And I'm saying this because if you want website, you see the quality of website we have, please reach out to this lady. When she gets the mic to speak, reach out to her. Let me check how many followers she have now. Let me check. Make her know what I talk. Oh, you don't go up to 9 followers. How? Now one before now. Only 1 follower you get. You don't get 9 followers. Make I follow you and make her 10. Please. Riri. Now using name ZZ. Very soon you go be BB
Oh, you know
or
what? I think I thought
EE.
they find yes. I know really.
Really, unmute your mic and speak, please, my sister. Thank you for all you do. God bless you. You're one amazing person I've met on this movement, in the course of this movement. Thank you for the work. Thank you for the sacrifices. You're one person at 2 o'clock in the midnight, 3 o'clock, you know they sleep. You're always working. Try to make sure everything is
But
up.
I swear,
God have mercy.
I think I've spoken to her more than any other obedient. I think so. I think I've spoken to her
Hey.
more. Yeah, I think so. I think I've spoken to her more than any other person.
Really is proof that it's not by followers. Because if you use her followers to say, okay, let me give her the job, nah lie.
I swear.
Whoa. I feel like saying that like 9 or 10 followers she get, but what she's doing for us behind the scenes, God bless you, my sister. Well done.
Oh, almost 3 numbers. So how much you don't need? Oh boy, really? You don't blow. You don't get like close to 100 and something followers. See, please, Auntie.
Honorable, off your mic.
I
Honorable,
want,
off your mic.
I want to see.
Sada
I
say
still
you
want to
don't
do for
blow, you
that
don't
selling.
get 100 followers.
I still want to do for you boss selling. Now we can say you small money. We can say small. She's see. Hey, now fine woman, no fine girl. Sorry, fine girl, no fine girl, no.
Wait,
In fact,
Sada, you know, say now, before you mention her name, I just 8 followers. Oh.
now
Jesus. Now 100 and... I
she
did,
go she will get
It
1,000
was reached
followers
like
today.
1,500 before I come up for school.
Jesus.
She will get
234
1,000
now.
followers. She deserve it. She
Going
get
to
more than say
260 now.
they can't please be counting it, let it be going up. It may they swell like Ijebu Gari. Be swelling like Ijebu, be following her before if you want better thing. If you believe, let me prophesy now. If you believe If you believe that the second half of this year, if you believe that the second half of this year you are going to be blessed, that everything you put out of will prosper, that Tinubu must go. If you believe Tinubu must go, please follow Zizi. Follow Zizi. Follow Zizi. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, Zizi, please unmute your mic and speak. Thank you.
Hey, hey everyone. Hey Saddam. Hey Antix, well-meaning, Otumba, Jimmy, Omar. It's amazing to see you back. It's been a while. Um, thank you so much. I wanted to share my story of how I discovered the violence space, and yeah, it was just a random day. Actually, it was after Peter B had gone to Dunamis Church. I can never forget it. And I was randomly on Instagram and I was like, look, a sick crowd. I was like, what is this? So like people are really backing this man. And I was like, no, I need more of this. And then I discovered, yeah, it's true, Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter for like donkey years. And I think the first space I'd seen was a bishop space and mag. And then that same Saturday, I now discovered the violence space. I can never forget it. But then, I was in and out, in and out. So I wasn't really like, yeah, I liked the space, but I wasn't really like, because you guys would spend hours. Forget all these 6 hours. You guys used to do like 10 hours, 12 hours. But the one space that really captured my soul, I can never forget it, that I really learned a lot, was the Alpha Beta space. That's the day I knew about Tinubu, but I never researched on him. I never knew anything about him. That space really captured my soul. Saddam would just come with a banger, then Omar would just come with his own dynamics, and then NCC would just destroy. Like that space, like if you guys have never listened to that space was amazing. That's the day I knew that I'm never going to miss one violence space. Like I said, I was going to tune in every time. And then one day I said, okay, you know what? I want to really give to this movement, but I don't want to be out there. I want to do it like with my own, like what I know how to do best. And I feel like, you know what? Let me try and reach Saddam and ask him like, oh, if you guys are willing for for a website, like I'm actually good at it. Hey, it took me forever. Saddam's DM was locked. It took me forever to reach out to Saddam. I had to use someone to reach out to Saddam because your DM was locked, so I couldn't message you. But anyway, I managed to reach out to Saddam, and I asked Saddam, look, I really want to. I just basically told him that, look, I'm very good website. Like, if you guys really want something, like, um, I'm here to help. Yeah, it took like Saddam I think 2-3 weeks before he now came back to me, and the rest is history. For me, it has really been like an interesting journey. I've never really been in politics before. I don't know jack about politics. It was a new terrain for me, and it was really exciting. Like I even remember, even after that Alpha Beta space, I remember when the APC tried to bring one documentary like that. One document. In fact, I think it was after that space they tried to bring one documentary. That what's it called? Tinubu's documentary.
I
Man,
think
that
the one
was
the
just
AI
stupid
show. Which was that
documentary.
one? I can't remember. Yeah.
The one stupid documentary that was dead on arrival. You know. That's when I knew no. I really need to use what I have to really give back to the movement. And in the process I really met amazing people that it's like a huge new family for me, and we've been going on strong. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. We cry, tears, this, that, but it's been a fantastic journey, and I'm so grateful. In fact, I'll be jealous if I'm not on obedience. I'm not going to lie, because it's really been an amazing experience for me, and I will never ever forget it. Like it's really pierced in my heart forever. Yeah, that's it for me.
But
Thank
we
you,
make I blow her
Zizi.
trumpet small. She's an SEO expert. See, the reason why, apart from our editorial and the guys that write, the reason why we get over 100,000 page visits on Parallel Fact is really, man, you need to see the schooling on SEO. we don't become SEO experts. Yes, Saddam. So I mean,
Oh God.
yeah.
Hey. See,
So
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. Hey. Zizi, Riri, hey, God, my teacher, my lecturer, hey, if you see where Riri they teach me, if you see where Riri they teach me, God bless you, my sister. She takes out her time, and when I make a mistake, I just like, I dey fear to make mistake. I dey fear to make mistake, because I go be like say, hey.
Once I hear
Did
no.
I tell you to do this? I said, Madam, please no vex. Madam, please, no vex.
Your
No
own and call.
vex.
My own and text. There's a way you will text me. I'm like, okay. Yeah, wahala
You
don't
need to send
happen.
me voice note, though.
Wahala don't happen. What's up, sis?
You need to send me voice note. You send me voice note. I said, oh my goodness. I say, God have mercy. Thank you, my sister. God bless you for all you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just can't quantify what you have done for this movement for us behind the scene. I can't even say much because if I quantify it for money now, man, I'm owing you like 1 billion. I swear to God. Thank you so much. You're an amazing person. You sacrificed a whole lot. I'm so happy that you got your PVC after. Oh, you didn't even make that. You didn't even say anything about your PVC. How I pushed you. How I ginger you. I said you don't get
Riri's
PVC.
PVC
You dey,
story na
you dey,
Netflix. I
hey,
remember.
I say if you don't get PVC, you don't call my phone again. You dey mad. Go and get your PVC. I must see your vote. Hey, God have mercy. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking. Thank you for believing. You have no reason. I don't want to delve into this. You have no reason to do what you're doing. You have no reason. Those that know. You have no freaking reason to do what you're doing. Nigeria cannot affect you. You have no reason to do it, but you are doing what you're doing. And for that, God bless you so much. Please, guys, follow her. This is the first person I think I'm going to say follow. Follow her, follow her, follow her, follow her. If you have anything, I'm her manager. Please, I'm her manager. Please, if you have any business, website, Jimmy, I'm going to drop you because since I signed you, you have not given me return of investment. Your ROI is low, Jimmy. It's low. It's very low. I might have to drop you soon. Please, if you have any business or website, please reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm a manager. I still can understand how I dey pay. I'm a manager where they
Not
pay.
just manager. Also, if you have existing websites, you want to FC optimize your website, whatever
Please,
it is, reach out to Saddam. He's my
I'm
manager
a
and I'm
manager.
a assistant manager too. So
So if you reach out to me, I can reach out to a personal manager. But you have to reach out to me first. If you reach out to her, if she bill you, you go run. So you reach out to me so I can water it down. I can water it down. You get the point now. Thank you.
Riri, if
Hey,
anybody
hey, 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 hey,
just buzz me, if
artist,
anybody if anybody
artist.
talk to you anyhow, buzz me. I stay here for you. Don't worry.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been an amazing space so far. So let's just pass the mic on to. I want to bring the mic to another of our day ones. Please, you guys will pardon us. We have a whole lot of people requesting for the mic. So if you're done speaking, I will have to drop you. Please, no vex, no vex, no vex, no vex. Let me bring in another of our day one. Oladipo. Hey, God, my brother. Person
Saddam.
wey go cost Tinubu for Yoruba. Tinubu go dey fight
Saddam,
dictionary
let
for
me
Yoruba.
see. You know what? One of the uniqueness Oladipo brought. I remember the first time I first listened to him. There's so many. That time tribalism was huge. Well, it was a lot. It was a large playing card, and we Southwestern, you're obedient, man. We faced Wahala. That was when we were being called bastards and
I swear.
so like, man, it was crazy. Then the famous anyway, so the very guy I feel like a CDL with me. That's when they were pushing that stupid proverb up and down. And I think a lot of people made a submission one day that see Omonito said that. I thought that was like his submission that day was very powerful. I was like, okay, so my brother, you are goated, man. Let them know.
Bro, why I feel Oladipo now for that cable space. Cable can't open space. They can't open space.
Yes,
All
I
the people,
remember.
that they bring na Yoruba names. Now that I fear
Do you know
the
why?
growth of
Do you know
our
why?
Southwest.
Because Cable was a
I don't know say we get Peter Obi get supporters like that day.
yeah.
They could bring
Cable
first
was
name.
a
I never seen them before. Ayo Mide go climb up. You go talk. Tinubu is a criminal, Tinubu is a this, Tinubu is that. They go say no. They go drop out. Bring on that second name, Yoruba. They want to say, that one go when I was stop. When Oladipo enter, hey, as he enter Kemu's face, they crash the space. They say, no, who be this guy? Who be this? This guy fucked up that space. I say, what?
It be like say they off the
God.
space, talk say network or
The
something.
off space. The off space. They say the network.
Bro, that proverb, ọmọ ò kì í ṣe ìdí bẹ̀bẹ̀ rẹ̀ ká gbé sí jẹ lọ. Oladipo say, why I go put ilẹ̀kẹ̀ for person wey dey wear diaper? Why I go put...
Yes, I think talk that day.
I can't. Yes, that was the analogy. Yes, something about waist beads.
Why I go put waist bead for person wey dey wear diaper? That day off me. Welcome, my brother.
Oladipo,
Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Sizu, Emir Saddam, well-meaning. Oma. Now, what for you? You just do your brother like that. You just disappear. I was even troubling Saddam that, where is my brother? How are you? I'm happy to hear you. I'm happy to hear from you. God will perfect everything that concerns you. Don't mind me, Jerry. You see, now me crash that space that day because I just gave them the analogy. Because I was listening to that space and I was like, really? Are people normal? Because it seems that people are not normal. And like I've always said, I coined this Ashiwaju Awon Were. And I was able to discover earlier that people dry the shit of Tinubu and they smoke it. So it creates a very, very crazy effect because that is the only reason where you have someone like Salisu come on spaces and be saying things that when the people that gave him PhD hears it, they will start to ask that, please, were you the same person in the same classroom? So you see, Vawulence space was really an eye-opener for me. You guys are family. There was a time that I had some issues. I was not coming to space. Saddam was looking for me, Otumba, Oma. Everybody was just eating up my DM. Where are you? What is going on? Sizu was asking. Everybody was asking. It really gave me a family outside my family. And just like I've always said, baby tí ò bá lè peku, á ṣáà mẹ́yìn kẹ́lẹ́yìn. If the trap cannot kill the rat, it should return the bait to the owner. If we cannot at least get the best from our Yoruba folks, at least we should be able to stand with the truth. That is what I did. And I'm not going to, I have no regrets about the Vawulence space. Vawulence space really taught me a lot. When Sizu starts, I go just, immediately Sizu starts to talk, I'll just open my laptop and I'll start to do the Google research and everything. It gave me a broad spectrum of understanding the Nigerian history, the Nigerian totality, the contraption called Nigeria. I really appreciate you guys. You see, for me, it is nothing about money or anything. It's just rewarding to look forward to a Vawulence space. It's always rewarding. Each time I do that, my wife will be like, now what for you? You're everything time. But I love listening. I love listening because you guys, you made me smarter. Because each time I hear an Agbado speak, Saddam there was a day I was driving and they brought this guy, Mohammed, to come and talk. I finished that guy that day. Ever since that day, the moment I want to talk, Mohammed I come to spaces like this, Mohammed will pack his bags and start running. So you see, this is a family, and I really love you guys. You don't know how much I care. I love you guys. You guys have really taught me a lot, shown me a lot, taught me leadership, shown me skills, taught me things that I should know about Nigeria. So I'm not sad to say it, and happy that I am part of this obedient movement. Because what if we were Ali? What if we were Oko? They've called us all sorts of names. But today we are here, we are standing, we are appreciating each other. And I want you to know, we will stand the test of time. I will definitely get a mandate back. Otumba, I really appreciate you guys. Jimmy, Jimmy is another brother of mine from another mother. My wife will say, "Ṣé bọ̀bọ̀ tó máa ń ṣe ìpè yẹn?" As in, each time I listen to Jimmy, I remember there is this man that is like a family friend. He's been in the US, he's been in New York for over 45 years. But if you hear this man speak, you think he just left Abeokuta yesterday. And each time Jimmy speaks, I hear that, I just laugh. I say, look at this guy. This guy does not even behave as if he's out of the country at all. But I really appreciate you guys. God bless you guys. Osemo, Nello, Zarie, Yusuf, and Lady Gigi, everybody, Liberty, SIM card, and all you guys. I really appreciate you. Do best. Everybody, I appreciate you. Thank you for all what you do. We are not stopping. This is just the beginning. We are just warming the soup. They ask us, say, the soup, whether now ogbono or na white soup. They never see anything. Thank you very much, guys. God bless you. God bless you. God bless
Thank
you.
you very much, my brother Ladipo. Thank you for all you do also for the movement. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's good riding this train with you from day one till now. All right, let's keep the floor going and the space going on. Semo, another old. You never be see, if you wave your hand one more time. If you wave your hand one more time, Amabasi, you go see yourself for economy. Economy is calling you spiritually. You don't even know. You don't even know, River Best. Just wave your hand one more time. So you come and greet with angel. Hmm? Osemo, my sister, good evening. How are you doing? River Best, you want to talk? Raise your hands up. River Best, hands up. Hands up. River Best, hands up. Good student. Osemo, you have this face. Good evening.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy 1 year anniversary to the violence space. Um, I really just came up here to give you guys your flowers, honestly. Um, I'm so grateful for the violence space. The violence space has taught me so much, like so much about Nigeria, so much about politics, so many things I don't think I could have gathered in a couple of years. Leave me alone. Um, Also, I want to say a big thank you to you guys individually. Sizzle, I mean, all the effort in which you use to do your research before you come up here. A lot of Nigerians probably started reading. Noah, leave me alone. Go away. Um, and then Saddam, I don't know, it's your humor for me. A perfect MC to any occasion. Like you are so funny. And thank you guys for your consistency. Otumba, thank you for keeping things real. You're very, very real. Jimmy, thank you for your passion. Omar, it's so nice to see you here. Well-meaning Nigerian, for all your work. Like well-meaning Nigerian is like, I don't know if you wear glasses, but I picture you like a nerd, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. um, and you guys, I think people don't realize like how much consistency and sacrifices it would have taken to keep the violence space running until today. I remember when it used to be just Saturdays, and then I mean, with demand, you guys added one more day, and then you guys added 2 more days. And boy, oh boy, that must have been a lot. So we're really grateful to you guys. Honestly, we really are very thankful. Me especially, I'm very, very grateful. And I remember those earlier days in violence space when those Agbado guys would come here. Holy shit! Like, what's his name? Mohammed, Dos Santos, and Dougie or Doogie, whatever. um they used to like I used to want to go mad, like when people just say a whole bunch of nonsense and you're like, this can't be real, like am I crazy, like you know and sometimes I used to get so pissed, I used to exit the space completely, like so that I don't lose my mind, and I'd get out and then I'd come back in. And I was so grateful to you guys for always combating them. I remember sometimes when they would request the back and come up, Otumba and Omar would start screaming, "Oh my God, no, no, my brain cells!" And it used to be the funniest thing. And Saddam would be like, no, let them come. We're going to chase them away with facts and figures. And apparently that worked. That really, really did work. So after some time, they stopped coming, and that was great. So yeah, once again, you guys are the real MVPs. Lamine's energy in the beginning, I was like, whoa. Like Lamine she's really a firebrand. Um, yeah, guys. And I was so addicted to the violence space earlier. Like it was so bad because sometimes I would take social media breaks just, because I just need to cleanse my head. But I would find myself rushing to YouTube or rushing to the website radio just to listen, like only violence space. And I'm so grateful to all you guys, especially Mag and the One MMC crew. You guys have been responsible for a lot of information dissemination as well. I love obedience. I love you guys so much. Like if you're an obedient, I love you automatically. Um, and I can't really express, like there's no words that can capture my love for the obedient movement and obedience. And just thank you guys. Thank you guys for everything. When INEC did what they did, a lot of people were downtrodden. Like, I was like, I couldn't function that whole day, but it was so nice to come on Twitter and see the violence space was still up. Like, because at the end of the day, you guys are human too. And there's no way that didn't affect you. But it didn't stop you from sticking to your commitment. So that's greatly appreciated as well. Um, yeah, so I love all obedience. Thank you guys for being yourself. Being in this movement for me has been a blessing. It's helped me reconnect with Nigeria and Nigerians all over the world. And it's the obedient movement is sort of like it feels like a multidisciplinary institution, right? Where you learn so much from so many different people, and I can't wait to learn more. And yeah, so that's all I gotta say. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
Thank you very much, Osemo. Thank you. Good to have you back here. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm trying to make sure. Please, guys, our JOT challenge is still today, so I don't want us to waste all the time on this. We're going to spend at least 30 or 1 hour on that challenge so that we can make sure we have our winners today. But meanwhile, we're still discussing 1 year anniversary of the violence space is our 1 year, and we are celebrating today. Just come up here, let's know your experience the past 1 year. When did you join the violence space? What prompted you to join the violence space? Where did you hear about the violence space? Your experience over the past couple of days, weeks, months, or the complete year. Let us hear from you guys today, please. It is important we take these feedbacks home for us to let's to build on for the next year, because this year will enter like this now. Ego rugged. All right, let me push the mic right now to Leader Best. You calm down. You came late, eh? I didn't want years to the anniversary. You are doing a 1 year anniversary, you not come late. How you go come your birthday late? Who does that?
Saddam, I came here when there was only 25 people. Why are you saying I came late? I was there when there was only 25 people. 25.
What was the second song I played? You never best.
Back down.
You're dealing with somebody that cut Tinubu.
Saddam, now Oliver the cook, you never best listen to. How you go to say make it come talk?
If they deal with movement where our leader remember in plate number for year one.
No matter.
They play.
You won't come with me. I mean, I
No,
go make my brother Olaro to me.
no, I actually was there. It was just 25 people. I mean it. I swear.
What was the second song I played now?
I don't know. I just followed and I was.
And you was what? You
Followed
was
and
what?
I was just going back and forth.
You never best, eh? You never best, eh? You know, say if you lie now, if rapture happen now, you don't go fire. Stop lying, eh? It's not good. That is a sign of Tinubuism.
No, I'm not lying. Why should I lie?
Please, don't tell me you're being infected this way to Abuja. You might have to go back to Ife so that we can cure you. Please, I'll bring you after Olaro to me and one more person, and I'll bring you. Please be patient, my brother. Olaro to me. Okay, are you in a haste?
Bring one person. After that person, I will come.
Okay, great, my brother, great. Thank you. Olaro to me, have the space, my brother. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. Good evening, my brother, Saddam. Good evening, NCs, Wemini. Good evening, Ochumba, Jimmy. Real Lover Bears. Good evening, Omar. Good evening. Well, I mean, Saddam, I'm sorry. I haven't done this in my life, and I'm going to do this because I remember the first time I joined this movement. Before I said that, for the sake of every diasporans on this space, I would like us to raise a lot of money for NCs. I have my reason. I'm sorry. I'm trying to justify. I'm trying to justify your point, Saddam. I said it. I'm sorry for the sake of the diasporans on this space. We have to raise more than 1 million today for NCs. We have to. We're going to do it, and I'm going to start. I'm giving out 300,000 today for NCs.
Woo!
We have to raise. We have to raise 1 million. We're going to raise 1 million, more than 1 million for NCs today. I've never done this in my life. I've never done this. I mean, coming to space, asking for donation, but we have to do this. We're going to do this. So, NCs, I'm sorry you didn't send me. Saddam, you didn't send me. Otumba, Jimmy, you guys know me. You didn't. But we have to do this. We have to. He's not going to restore everything he has lost on this movement, but at least it's a show of appreciation to show him that we truly love him, and we love everybody on this space. But at least we have to do something. So I'm giving out 300K. So I want everybody to match more than that. We have to raise 1 million for NCs today, not for the GOT, for NCs. So okay, let me start my submission. I'm sorry if I'm being emotional.
Which other
During
submission
the
wey you want talk abeg?
sir,
Wetin you want talk again?
no.
Where I come from? Where I come from? If you talk money like this, you don't talk finish. You just say mic drop, boom. You don't go. You don't you
No,
don't finish.
no, no.
Go on, my brother. Go on.
You know, during the NSAS, I mean, during the NSAS issue, I was trying. I'm always trying to make a difference, like to see what can we do, how can we make Nigeria better. I always talk to my mom. I talk to my dad. I talk to my siblings, my brother. Like, you can't say because you guys are okay. Like, what about people that are not okay? What can we do? This country cannot be going on like this. We have to make sure we do something for the people that doesn't even have a voice. So where my parent was living before, the road was a little bit bad. Or I mean, I'm trying to do. I now said, like, you know what? We don't want to wait for the government to do it. We're going to do it. Like the people in that area, we're going to try to do it. So unfortunately, we now say, okay, what can we do? Okay, let's call Julius Berger, or let's call some people that can fix this road, that can fix. At least we have to do something. We are capable to do it. So you know what happened? We now went to the local government in charge of the. I'm not going to mention name. In charge of the government. They said we have to pay. We have. I think they said we have to pay like maybe 500,000 for us to fix the road that's supposed to be fixed by the government. Like, we have to pay them before we fix that road. The road that's supposed to be fixed by the government, they say we have to pay for us to fix it with our own money. I was like, something has to be done. Something has to be done. So when the movement starts, the NSAS movement starts, I don't even know which one is real, which one is not real. I start donating money, giving different organization, even if it is a scam, I don't care. I just want to make difference. Like, this is the time for us to get it right. So unfortunately, I from my searching for the truth for the movement to join, I think I stumbled to this movement in January 20, I mean last year, but I'm not committed fully. So I jump into this movement in January 2020, fully this year, 2023. So I was like, you know what? So the first time I joined, I was so emotional. I cannot forget that day. That day I feel embarrassed when Saddam and I think Sizu was like, oh no, we can't bring fear to this movement. We had like, I was like, I feel so embarrassed. I feel so ashamed. Like, this is not what I mean. I'm just trying to. I was like, you know what? I'm not coming again. I don't even care if this country get bored. I don't care. I was like, I don't care because so I have to like go back home. Like, some of my friend was like asking me what happened, what is this or that. I said, you know what? You cannot imagine that I joined a space I'm trying to be. They say you are too emotional, you are too passionate about something. Leave Nigeria alone, they're going to be fine. They're going to be okay. But since then, I have found joy. Even I have to cancel my meeting appointment, my business appointment for the sake of this movement. Like, you know what? I can't miss this movement. I can't miss this violence space. I already invited more than 20 people. They are on this platform. My friend, they are listening to me right now on this platform. Like, you guys need to join. You guys need to get involved. You guys need to know we have to change this country. We must change this country by fire, by force. Because I remember there was a time because I'm a trader too. One of my skills. Like I remember one day my mom was like complaining when she wanted to celebrate one of her birthday. I think maybe 60 years birthday then. He was like, no. I was asking like, what do you want? What do you want for me to do? They was like, no, they want to, this old woman. They were like, oh, we need a new house. We are tired of this. I said, okay, don't worry. I'm going to do that for you. So when this movement now, when this issue of like, what's it called? Ebola. I'm not talking about Tinubu Ebola now. I'm talking about the real Ebola then. So when it started, there was a trade that I go through. That trade, he earned me a lot of money then. So I now already promised that they're going to move in so months. I was now telling my parent, my mom, I was like, no, this money that was like almost like $16,000 to $20,000 then. They want to use it to like to complete one of the building or something. I was like, no, you're going to use this money to buy 100 bag of rice and oil, everything. You're going to share it to people. People are suffering. The government is not doing anything. You have to do something. Government is not giving people palliative. It's not giving people money. It's not giving anybody. So use this money. My mom said, no, no. I said, no. If you're not using this money, I'm going to sell this building. Even this house, you're not going to live in this house. I don't care whatever you want to say. So that is the spirit of this movement, and I really appreciate. I've met my brother. I've met a lot of people, my family, Saddam. Like even me and Saddam now, we are now become a brother. Like even out of the space. And Jimmy, I always like ask her, Jimmy, I didn't hear from you. What is? I hope everybody is fine. You are okay? So it has been a lot of emotional and a lot of family oriented association. So in this case, I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere, and Violence Space is not going anywhere. And I love this movement. And together we're going to build something great in this movement. I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you very much, my brother Olaru to me. Thank you very. I think Estes, I don't know if you want to say something, but this one shocked me, Shao. I was thinking how can you repay a man that has sacrificed so much and when we started this whole stuff and I've been going all this while, well, it's all God and country. But at the point in time, we are all human beings that are passing through normal stuff. You understand? And I'm just so grateful that people see the work you do and want to appreciate you for what you do also. So thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, Oluwarotimi. Please, guys, Oluwarotimi throughout the challenge. I should raise 1 million for N6 diasporans. We have 700,000 to go. But before then, I think I will take the next set of speakers. I want to play something because let me play a jam. Let me play a jam real quick. Just spare me 3 minutes. What are the dance? Judiciary. All eyes on the judiciary. Do. I'm on this life now one. I must to enjoy myself. Naija matter won't make I grace. I no fit to kill myself. I'm on this life now one. Don't go use your own degree. Now mumu dey believe politician. Their words na sakabaji. Naija won't make I grace. Nothing they really make sense. When we be 165 years today na 700. Mass is the trend. Then they stretch you for House of Reps. If you say make you talk, one mumu go accuse you say na you destroy Naija rep. Since they go up, except for my salary. If I say make I protest, police go come fire me. Judiciary, all eyes on the judiciary. Baby steps of pain. Blood on they come on my leg. Politicians go they fast. Citizens them go they slim. How can the poor people breathe? Government hospital no get oxygen. I'm on this life now one. I must to enjoy myself. Naija matter won't make I craze. I no fit to
to keep myself. This life na one. No go use your own dey play. Na mumu dey believe politicians, their words na sakama dey. Politician go dey fast, citizens dem go dey slim. For campaign dem go dey lie. You sef mumu dey believe. PhD holder dey defend politician wey no get certificate. God, e get when Naija matter go reach na to japa life no get duplicate. One,